My next guest says mainstream media first criticized Donald Trump for his immigration policy. Now he is being criticized for voicing thoughts about changing it. Media Research Center Director Tim Graham is here. So, Tim, welcome back. Trump supporters are saying Trump is damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Do you agree?
Yes, we are in general election mode now, and that means if you stick to the position you held in the primaries, that's just terrible. And if you change your position and try to move to the center, that's just terrible. It really is one of those things where the script is Hillary's going to win big. So whatever you do, Hillary's going to win big. So, I mean, that is part of the problem. Obviously, he's saying today that he's not flip-flopping. They just may be talking about toning it down a little. But again,
Tim, I was going to ask you that.
We've seen so many of these.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but don't you think that part of the reason that this has so much vitriol attached is because many people thought the views were so extreme to begin with?
I think the language was. I think the way he was taken right from the beginning about Mexico sending its worst, that kind of phrasing, that's what everybody remembers. But also, if you were the kind of Republican who supported somebody who all the Trump voters said was a rhino on immigration, you're probably not going to be happy today if they start moderating their tone. This was what the other candidates in the race were trying to do, and they were all somehow hopelessly unconservative.
Tim, that is a very fair point. I want to ask you about these statues of naked Donald Trump. They've been turning up in cities across the country. They've been taken down in New York. But there are many people who say, imagine if an artist who didn't like Hillary Clinton did these, the outrage that would ensue. So is there a double standard even for arts?
There's a massive double standard. I mean, someone on Newsbusters here made a good point. They were like, well, how did the media treat it when a rodeo clown wore an Obama mask? They went nuts about how hateful that was, and it wasn't a naked Obama. It was just a guy and a horse in an Obama Halloween mask. So yes, our liberal media has a dramatic double standard where you couldn't have naked anybody on the Democratic side. But this, they think's hilarious, and they're promoting it, and the AP is promoting it, and the Washington Post was promoting it, just the way the Washington Post couldn't stand the rodeo mask for Obama. They think this is hilarious. So, yes, it's obviously a case of the double standard in action.
Tim, I want to ask you about something that is breaking right now. Fox is confirming that Donald Trump is planning to delay his planned immigration speech. It was scheduled for Thursday in Denver. It has been postponed to fine-tune his position on the issues, namely the deportation force. So his campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway, said yesterday his plan to include forced deportations are TBD, to be determined. What do you think we are likely to hear on Thursday? And before you answer that, is it a good idea to wait, hold the speech until all details are clarified?
Well, obviously, any candidate wants to go out there and have their whole position, what they want to say, and their tone nailed down. So you want your candidate to be a pro, even though, again, part of the appeal of Trump has been speaking, directly and just whatever comes out of his mouth. So I don't know exactly why you would delay that. But the reality is we have a news media which is hypersensitive on race. And clearly he crossed all of their lines before. And I'm sure that with this liberal media and the way they are, there's no way you put the toothpaste back in the tube with them.
Tim, thank you.